Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the 12th episode of Bakemonogatari. Now, last episode, we have started to transition into our Tsubasa cat arc, and she clearly is starting to suffer from some headaches, and since we are also showing some flashbacks of some, cat shenanigans we got in the past with her becoming a cat girl and causing trouble and mayhem around the town, it's pretty easy to imply that we're going to be dealing with something similar again. So, Araragi's gotta get ready for that, of course. Of course, I also don't really see the problem with her becoming a cat girl and running around town playing. I don't see any issue with that, but, if the characters in the show disagree, then fair enough. I'll try to understand their point of view as best I can, but even if I don't agree with it. So, let's just get into the episode and see. Maybe we'll get her to become a cat this episode. We can only hope, right? So, let's see. 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, was that upside down? Hitagi, what did that say? Yeah, Hitagi, I think is what it says. Like upside down. Oh, Koyomi. I think your girlfriend wants to feed you. It's a pretty common situation. I never thought it would happen to me. Well, because last time she stuck something in your mouth, it was quite painful. So I can understand why you might be a bit wary with this girl in particular. But when Sensei tells you to open your mouth, you do it. Well then, I didn't quite go in the right hole. Or in any hole, really. Just kind of missed completely. Yeah, because if you're smiling, that probably means you're not going to kill me. Yeah, I wonder why. It's... Oh, that voice she said it in. Yeah, oh. I thought you would use your tongue, but that works too. Well, thank you for fixing the problem you caused, Senju. Yeah, you're supposed to eat it. You didn't quite get how that scene goes. I thought we were gonna do some Tsubasa stuff, but I guess this is okay too. I don't think the phrasing matters that much. Well, of course I do. Who wouldn't want to go on a date with their girlfriend? Well, I guess that's how we decided to phrase it. Make it a good excuse. Like you fell downstairs or something. Yes, ma'am, I will be sure to do that. A very special occasion. Just hope that it won't be your last. But, there's always a but. There's always a but. And yeah, this is Senju opening. I didn't actually skip ahead in some episodes, did I? No, it is episode 12, so... For a second, I thought maybe we skipped the Tsubasa cat arc. But, oh well. Maybe we're taking a break from it, I guess. I don't know. I'm just a little bit confused, but it's fine. But yeah, a date with Senju, that sounds like it could be a lot of fun. So why not? As long as she promises not to stab you or anything, it should be great. Yeah, it still says Tsubasa cat arc on it, as it plays Senju opening. Getting mixed messages. I'm a simple man, please don't confuse me. By the time I figure out where my eyes are supposed to go, it's already to the next frame. That's a Cat Part 2. You know, even though it hasn't had no... This part has had no Tsubasa in it just yet. But that's fine. Don't hurt yourself there, Araragi. That did not look like an anime arm. Not at all. Yes, ma'am. Oh, well, if you're gonna look at me like that, then I'm more than happy to. Okay, we're already in the vehicle. This happened quickly. Senju Gahara, you said nothing about this involving your father and or driver. Well, this is a very sudden situation, Senju Gahara. Well, I'm not sure how to explain it, but there's clearly somebody up there. So we're not alone. That's what I mean. So yeah, it is the father. But let's maybe not say that in front of the father. I wasn't expecting there to be another man on this date. Why would you ask that in front of the father? Well, behind the father. You are so mean. That's not it, but why are you making this so hard for me? You can quite clearly tell she's messing with him on purpose. No surprises there. Not very talkative so far. Please let me escape. I want to jump out of this moving vehicle if you don't mind. Well, I wonder why that is. Yes, she is. You finally figured it out. How kind of you. What next? I don't know, your legs. What do you expect me to say here? I don't know. What an unfortunate kanji to have as your name. Oh yeah, there's two Senju Gaharas in that car. That's a good point, but you know he's not. You know he's talking to you. The father's playing it pretty cool though. Like he's not stupid. He knows he wasn't talking to him. Yeah, can you tell me why I'm suddenly in this vehicle with you and your father? Where are we going? Okay. What's the relevance? Guess you could. Maybe. Wow. She is seriously taking advantage of this. It'd be great if you agreed with Araragi there. But the tension is so thick. uh, Turning around back on her, smart. Well, no hesitation from her. I'm sorry I asked. Well, that's a little bit messed up. You were clearly going to say Gomi there. That's... I'm sure he did fine. It's very deliberate. I'm starting to feel a little bit bad for the father. You know what he's talking about. uh, it's an amazing scene, though. That can't be understated. Well, that's a little bit mean, but just a tiny bit. Well, if that would have been nothing to laugh at. That would have been pretty bad. It really is. Oh, oh, damn, Sensukahara. Itagi, I mean, you maybe shouldn't do that right now. Uh. That'd be fine. Okay, I guess that's been established. Jeez, you were getting pretty close there. Every day and night. I think so. Oh, damn. Smart people still study plenty. Nobody's on her level. We actually brought up Hanakawa in Hanakawa's arc. How kind of you. It only took like, what, 10 minutes in Tsubasa Cat Part 2? It would be funny if she already became a cat and like interrupted their day in cat form. That could be fun. I'm not sure anybody really envies Hanakawa, if I'm being honest. I mean, it might envy her after she becomes a cat girl, but that's about it. uh, sounds like a plan. No complaints there. Oh. Phrasing. You know, 3P and all that. I'm sure Kanbaru would be up for it. She's a very fun person. What? What about her? Oh, wow, we're just going right there. What are you saying about my precious Kohai? Uh, uh, why are you whispering? You want the father to hear this conversation? Yeah, it's just your own lewd mind interpreting it that way. Yeah, she's just an honest, blunt girl. Nothing wrong with that. Those are funny words right there. Yeah. Uh, what do you mean? Uh, I mean, if you insist. Oh, I want to hear it. Obscene line. I want to hear it though. Oh wow, that got him pretty hard. This would be much better if I could actually hear what she was saying. Good thing the father doesn't hear this. That would be really bad. Wow. Okay, I take it back. Kanbaru's a pure maiden. Well, I think he's spent. I need a change of clothes before the day continues. Ow. Wait, what? You gonna leave me alone with your father? Uh... What if I don't want to do that, Hitagi? Okay, I guess we're doing this now. Ii tenki desu ne. Wow, he talked more quickly than I thought he would. Stay away from my daughter. Oh. No, he's pretty positive on it. Pretty accept. Oh, never mind. Well, apparently I see where the teasing comes from. I think we may have heard that way back in the beginning. I believe that. She was in a pretty dark place for a while. Yeah, unfortunately. Seems like a pretty cool guy, honestly. Of course. He's he's congratulating you on changing his daughter for the better. He did. He just being humble. But the fact of the matter is that it was you. You were the one that initiated all of it. Well said. Well, you're here now. That's what matters. She's pretty smart, so that's probably a good thing. She's kind of mean, but smart. Okay, now she comes back. Were you waiting for the chat to end? You can work on your phrasing a little bit. Don't worry, we brought plenty of protection. Which you need, you know, because Senjigahara can hurt you. Okay then. Yeah, where did you bring me, Senjigahara? I just kind of curious. I can call you that again now because the father's gone. Well, that's not usually how a couple walks through the park together, but if they enjoy it, could just have him close his eyes or wear a blindfold or anything that looks less abusive. But yeah, I guess this is a location for our picnic. Whatever we're doing here. Ooh, that is quite pretty. I guess it was worth walking for so long with my eyes closed, with my head shoved into the ground. Get wrecked, Araragi. Work on that vocabulary. Wow, you were pretty knowledgeable on this. Speak up. Why are you having flashbacks? Listen to your girlfriend when she speaks. Because she's the kind that will be very mad at you if you don't. Yeah, I was totally listening. Stars? Well, that's enough, I guess. We don't need that much from you. Well, you also can give him a good teasing. There's that too. Okay, so we did mention that. Did make sure to mention. Yes, there is. No, I'll gladly take it. Don't just say the word. Uh, I don't think you have to worry about that. I mean, I guess hand-holding's the best you could do to reassure her there. How long is a little bit? So we're talking hours, days, seconds? I think that's fine. It's a nice sky. And the sky, of course, isn't going to change, so that will always be there for you when you need to go see it. Well, it should be easier to answer now. Well, that's kind of a lazy answer. Your six-pack. Where are you going with this, Senjugahara? I guess that answers that question. That's probably not right either. Yeah, that sounds like a decent way to phrase it. Then the music starts up. It's definitely a memorable day, I can agree with you on that. The car ride part was my favorite, of course, because I'm just not that into, you know, pure romance scenes. It's just not really my thing. So the car ride was my favorite part. Although this had basically none of Hanakawa in it, despite being part of her arc, but I guess that's okay. Just a little bit weird. I guess I'm just misremembering because I thought this happened at the very end of the episode of the show, but I was clearly wrong on that. And I was definitely wrong about seeing Cat Girl Hanakawa in this episode. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Maybe next episode. Okay, that was the 12th episode of Bakemonogatari. And really good episode, of course. this episode, it was all about the date between Araragi and Senjugahara. That's pretty much what the entire episode focused on, was those two and their relationship. Started off just having lunch together in a pretty fun little scene, you know. Senjugahara acting like she's gonna feed him and just sticks it onto his cheek and then takes it off after pointing out that he has rice on his cheek and all that. And didn't even have the decency to eat it afterwards. Such a shame. But yeah, she invited him out on a date and he agreed to it and was pretty excited about it. And then he went over to her house after the, you know, energetic bike ride, and suddenly she's just like, hey, okay, let's go, boom, boom, boom. They're suddenly in the car together, the two of them with the father driving, and Araragi just back there thinking, okay, Senjugahara, what's going on here? What do you mean? Oh, I mean, I wasn't expecting there to be like a third person here, and I'm a little bit confused. Can you elaborate on some of this for me? I just, you know, so yeah, the Araragi wasn't quite ready for that, and Senjugahara 100% took advantage of the situation in pretty much every possible way. You know, everything from just having fun reactions from Araragi by deliberately asking questions that he would feel uncomfortable asking in front of the father. You know, like, do you love me? What do you love about me? All those type of questions. It was great. I really love that scene a lot. Definitely one of my favorite moments of the entirety of Bakemonogatari. I really love the car ride scene. It was just so great. And all that. And Senjugahara also taking advantage of the fact that there are two Senjugaharas in that vehicle. Because in Japanese culture, it's very common to refer to somebody by their family name unless you're very close and you've gotten like specific permission to refer to them by their given name. So yeah, she's like, oh, Senjugahara, there's two of us here. Oh, you must be referring to my father. Hey father, I think he wants to talk to you about something. It was so messed up, but that's one way to get him to force him to call you Hitagi. So, but I'm so used to calling her Senjugahara. It doesn't really feel right for me to call her Hitagi, personally, but it would make more sense for him too, because they're, you know, boyfriend and girlfriend and will probably get married someday. So, it's completely understandable there. But despite all of that, all the times the father was referenced, he never actually said anything when Senjugahara was still in the car. But yeah, she actually got really bold at a couple times, like actually trying to feel up that Araragi leg and getting a little bit close to little Araragi. So yeah, it was quite something, and especially when Araragi decided to talk about Kanbaru. It probably wasn't the best time and place to bring up that subject, really. But yeah, you want to talk about how kinky she was, and you know, I get what he means by that. She just talks about lewd stuff pretty often, and and yeah, Senjugahara apparently did not agree much with Araragi's assertion there, and decided to alter his perspective by showing him what true lewdness is like, and just whispered a bunch of stuff in his ear that we can only speculate on as the audience, as she just runs her fingers around that leg. And yeah, I think it was probably one of the most exciting parts of that day for him. It was quite eventful. Let's just say that. So yeah, after plenty of that, the car finally stopped. Senjugahara left to get things ready, which I guess just amounted to sitting down the blanket or whatever. And then I gave the father a good chance to talk to Araragi about Senjugahara and his thoughts on the subject. And he was pretty worried about her for a while. You know, he worked a lot and not get to spend much time with her. Saw that she was clearly not very happy in a very good place mentally, and got to see the change in her after having interacted with Araragi, and seems to be quite grateful about that and accepting of him. So yeah, it's pretty great. And then she got back when they were done with that conversation, and then just lay down on the grass and looked at the stars together. So not much to say about that. It became a pretty normal standard date at that point. So nothing really too much of interest to talk about. Just laid on the blanket, held hands, looked at the sky. She shared some of her insecurities with him and all that. And I think their relationship is probably stronger than it was before after that date, and that was like their first real date. So it went pretty well, which is always a good thing. That's good. And yeah, nothing much to say on that. It was just so weird that we took a break like this from the Tsubasa Cat arc to do this. Like, if I was writing the story, I probably would have put that at the very end, you know, the final episode after we've dealt with Tsubasa, after she's become the cat, runs around, causes trouble. We fix her. Well, we bring her back to normal, You know, I would have done it after that personally, but it's fine, not a big deal. Just a little bit confusing to me. But it's okay. I mean, this whole story itself is a little bit confusing how it's made, because Bakemonogatari was aired first, and then Nisamonogatari, and then I think then it was one of the Nekomonogataris, which takes place chronologically before Bakemonogatari. So that's always weird how they did it like that. I think Haruhi, when it aired, did a similar thing where it was not chronological. And then, of course, the Kizumonogatari movies came after like all of that, like way later. So which takes place before the Nekomonogatari. So that's always been kind of weird, but it's okay. Like with Haruhi, it bothered me that it wasn't in a chronological order, the original airing of it. But with the Monogatari series, it doesn't bother me at all because it just, I don't know, it makes more sense somehow. Like I can't explain why, but it just feels more natural. Like there's only like little details we didn't know about when Bakemonogatari aired. Like we had a few questions like, okay, we don't know much about the Shinobu girl, but I guess they have a history. You know, don't know much about Hanakawa, but I guess they have a history. Like, you know, nothing really felt too urgent that we needed to know as we watched Bakemonogatari, but that's kind of a tangent. I don't know why I'm getting on. But yeah, I think that's all I really had to say on the episode. Father's a cool guy, was a nice date, very funny, amusing, entertaining, incredible car ride. Uh, I like that we talked about Combat a little bit. And, you know, it was the fact that what really got me was the fact that we used Senju Hara's opening while it still said Tsubasa Arc Part 2. That's what really got me confusion-wise. That's what really did it for me. Because it wouldn't have been that big of a deal otherwise. I could have just rationalized it as, hey, you know, it's just a sudden date in the middle of this arc, that's fine. But when you have Senju Hara's opening in it, that really messes things up for me as far as wrapping my mind around it goes. So I just want to point that out, that was like the real big thing. So anyway, that's it for real this time. Yeah, that's it. Over. We're done. For now. There'll be more episodes for me to react to later, but as for this particular video, it's over now. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.